I used to be more miserable than I am, right? But then I started thinking about things, and I'm like, life is too short and too shit to spend it miserable. So I will enjoy it, right?
Okay.
Hello, this is Kixel along with Ashmanix as usual. We're playing Pokemon Legends Arceus today. We're both fucking exhausted. We're just gonna chill and chat about games we've played, games we're streaming or hosting videos of. So yes, if you'd like to join us, please do. Anyway, take it away.
Well, I'll just say like what I said to you, Kixel, before the stream recording. Why did I keep saying stream?
I know, right? I keep
wishful thinking. I know why I keep saying stream. I've been playing that stupid game.
Oh, Needy Streamer Overload.
Yeah, so I've been playing Needy Streamer Overload. It's a good. I enjoyed the game, right? But it's one of those games where to get the proper ending, you have to get all the other endings. And it's not a visual novel where you can just do all the branches, and it's fairly simple. It's an adventure style game, and you can like fall into traps and all sorts of stuff, and it hurts my soul, man. So like over the weekend, well, I think mainly on Sunday, I'd achieved about half of the achievements, Steam achievements.
Yeah.
By just playing it without any guidance, any walkthrough, just playing it normally. And then I decided, right, I'll get full completion. So I'll get a walkthrough and I'll try to get all the endings so I can get like the true ending and all that. And that just ended up being a nightmare. And I think most of the achievements were fine. There was a really hard one, and it wasn't really I think the game had a bug. It involved getting 1 million followers and getting 2 stat levels above 80 or something. And I was getting the 1 million followers in the game, and you have to trigger. Now I got the 1 million followers, I got the stats, and I did it without cheating, right? And I didn't get that ending. And I was like, why the fuck am I not getting this ending? And it was because you have to do you unlock a stream when you hit the 1 million follower mark, where you celebrate getting 1 million followers, and you have to do that stream. Otherwise, you don't get that ending. So on top of having the required stats, you have to do that stream. And for some reason, I reached 1 million followers, and it would not unlock that stream. I would get the dialogue that you get when you hit it, but it wouldn't show. Like a pop-up comes up to say that you've unlocked the stream to be able to do it, and it wouldn't happen. And I think it's a bug in the game or something. And I was losing my shit, man.
Did you check to see? Did you check to see if anyone else suffered the same glitch?
I did, and nothing really came up. And then what I ended up doing is going into the save files and trying to fiddle with the stats there, because I could figure out what the stats were in there, and I was able to like create. I started a new run on a different save file, and I tried manually setting it to 1 million, which I was able to do, but I still wasn't able to trigger the that thing, and I was like, what the fuck's wrong with this game? So then I ended up restarting, because you can it's a 30-day period. So you go through 30 days and you have to like achieve the stats or whatever. That's kind of the basic premise.
Like a fixed schedule game.
Yeah, and you can jump to any day. You can jump back to any day and restart.
Oh, once you've achieved that day.
Yeah, and you've got 3 different save slots, so you could have 3 different routes, or not routes, but 3 different saves of whatever. So I was fiddling with the save files to try and force it, and that didn't work. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna restart from day 2, and I'm just gonna follow this walkthrough word for word and try and get the 1 million subscribers. And I did it. I got the 1 million subscribers, but even at that point, I unlocked the stream, and I was allowed to do stream. But see, when it came to you can only stream at night in the game as well. For some reason, the stream option wasn't coming up, even though it usually does. And I was like, why is it disabled? Why is it not letting me stream? And I don't know if it was a glitch. I think it was a glitch in the game, um, or something, because it was just like I would highlight over it, and it was like, oh, she doesn't feel like streaming just now. And I was like, but I've had no indication of this. What the fuck? I was honestly, I was ready to throw my computer out the window. I think I messaged you on
You did. I remember you
and,
saying about, at the time when it was just really bugging you about it.
it was, do you know what? And I was thinking to myself, and like we've chatted about this, me and you, Cooksoul, right? About you know, these recordings we do, and you know, putting stuff up on YouTube and the whole process. And you know, you had remarked that, you know, at a certain point it felt like it was becoming work and you were not enjoying that.
Yeah.
And honestly, at that point, I'm like, I'm here on a Sunday. Now, don't get me wrong, I have nothing better to do, but I'm sitting here I spent hours to get this last ending that would then unlock the quote true ending. And I'm like, I'm spending hours here. I just paused the video recording, right? And I ended up spending like an hour or two fumbling about trying to unlock this thing. Or try to figure out why I wasn't able to stream. And then I just went, this is not working. I'm going to start a new save file and just do the walkthrough again. And even then, the walkthrough didn't get me a million for some reason. I don't know if they had changed. There's so much. There's so many things in that game that affect how many followers you get for each thing you do. It's not, I don't know, it's not set in stone. And following the walkthrough didn't get me the million. And I was like, oh my god, why is this walkthrough not working? So I had to improvise on top of that, and then eventually after one of the playthroughs, it unlocked the stream I had to do, and then I waited till nighttime, and then I was like, can I please let me stream? And it did, and I was like, thank fuck, right? And honestly, that really burned me, I think. It burnt me out, definitely.
Sounds
And
like it, yeah.
It's just put me, like, so I've got hours now. So I was supposed to be doing these, I was playing the game and I was doing the recording in half-an-hour chunks. It was like, this was me testing the waters with like shorter episodes. And I don't know, like, to be honest, the videos haven't done fantastic for me. I don't know. I'm not too happy with the kind of views on it and stuff like that. But and on top of that, I didn't even, for a good chunk of it, I didn't enjoy it as much. And I'm like, man. And then I was watching the videos over, and I was like, I don't like the quality of the videos either. I think the image of the game, because I have the game inset within the background.
Yeah.
For anyone who's watching this and hasn't seen any of my videos, and I was like, I'd made it too small. I think the game screen, all sorts of things. I was like, this is not good, and I've rushed this, and it's just like that might explain why it hasn't done as well as, or had as much, like, I don't get any comments back on it and that many likes or anything, and I'm like, maybe compared to the Song of Saya series. And I was thinking, yeah, like, I didn't do this well. I think I kind of rushed this a bit and fired these
I also
out.
think that Needy Streamer Overload isn't the kind of game that really actually starts a lot of discussion anyway. I get that it may be trying to talk about the effects of streaming on mental health or something, but I haven't seen anyone talking about it. So, what the fuck is this thing doing here? So I'm guessing that it's not really all that engaging in terms of discussion.
Yeah, and it's like, I have noticed that the videos I've done with you do better. Most of the videos I've done on my own are a bit different. Katawa Shoujo was not bad, and to be honest, Eloquent Countenance
Yeah.
did quite well. But that's only because I think it was in the first page of search results. If you search for it on Google, the video appeared. My second video, my second half, or whatever, which was weird. Appeared for a while on the first page search. I think that's gone now. But I think that's why it did kind of well.
I mean, that sounds pretty reasonable to me. It's not an excuse or anything.
It was a new game,
Yeah.
and there wasn't too many, and it was obscure from itch.io. Whereas this needy streamer overload isn't, and as you were saying to me before, a lot of YouTubers were playing it kind of non-ironically. They realized that the not the irony, but how it was taking the piss out of.
I mean, it was basically representative of their actual job, right?
Yeah.
So it did seem like it was a must play for them, and I know a lot of the HoloLive girls played it. And I know you said ironically. The one who seemed to be playing it properly ironically was Mume. She was trying to get the character killed off as quickly as possible. Like overdosing on day 3 and so on.
It's not that easy to... I don't think you can actually kill the character per se, which is surprising. I thought that you could, considering that you can dose her with fucking... like crazy amounts of drugs. It was good. I think it started to get really shitty when I felt like I should do 100% completion. And I actually had a conversation with you before. I started playing the game when I was like, I'm not gonna do a full playthrough because I feel like I shouldn't do that for newer games and.
Yeah, you did tell me about that. Yeah.
I don't know why I think I 180'd on it because I was like, I've started these videos. I feel like just leaving it randomly.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it. Thinking back on it, and even though it gave me a lot of videos, I should have done one playthrough, recorded that, put that out, and I should have just played the rest of it on my own.
So my style of where I show a game and then that's it. Not my playthrough styles, but like the Let's shows where I've shown you Resident Evil just at the beginning. But it's not like that was intended to start a full playthrough of it.
Yeah, but it's a little bit in between the full playthrough and your intro, where I would do one playthrough from day 1 to day 30 of the game, and get an ending of some sort, and then leave it there, because it's one of those games that like I'm not that interested. I mean, I'm not that interested in general. But like, it's really hard to keep chatting and be interesting with a game like that, especially when you're playing through it again and again and again, trying to get the other endings. Like, I could have cut things out and just like cut in proper endings, but honestly, I'd got so tired. I was actually doing some of the editing for the videos today. The last few episodes where I recorded on Sunday, and honestly I couldn't be bothered. I was just like, right, as long as this has a new ending in it, I'll keep this video. I'll do some editing. I think I mashed 2 episodes together because I think one of the episodes I basically did almost nothing. I achieved almost nothing for that whole episode or something.
No, those are the best ones.
Oh no, those are the worst ones, man. Holy shit. Oh, it was... God, that game just brought me right down. It's my own fault. I wanted to do full completion. Even with a walkthrough, I was still like... I was trying to speed through it, and it's very hard to speed through that game. Because if you let a stat go to 0, you can get like it can end the game straight away off. Yeah, I'm not feeling good after that, man. And I'm currently rendering on my other computer, my old PC. There's 3 episodes, no, 2 episodes I've got left to render. One's rendering just now, and then there'll be one left. And then I'm gonna just upload them, and then I have to. I think later in the week I'll do the thumbnails and all that, and get the descriptions done.
Oh,
and then schedule them.
you've just reminded me. I still need to do the thumbnail for Koikari's next episode. I've uploaded it. I just haven't done the thumbnail for it yet.
But the more and more I think, like I've been thinking about things like I've done about 60, 65 maybe
Videos.
after all these videos go up, these Needy Streamer Overload ones. I'll be at around 65 videos, which is a lot of videos in the spans of 3 months. Maybe I'm spamming fucking YouTube, but yeah, I've just been thinking, right, and besides doing games that I genuinely just think would be good games to like play through and chat, which I think visual novels are great for, because they're usually they're as fast paced as you make them because you're controlling the text. You read the text and then you can comment on it. You know, it's and it's for most visual novels, it's fairly linear with branches.
Yeah.
So you know what you're getting into, you know, and you can usually speed up to stuff that you've already done and then take a different option on a branch or go from a save or whatever. Whereas Needy Streamer Overload was not like that, and it just gets me thinking to something like, well, like even though you're playing Pokemon here, and Pokemon is not a visual novel,
No.
obviously, right? But it's a fairly linear story.
Yeah. But the story is not the appeal of this game. It never was the appeal of Pokemon games. It's the adventure.
But see, and I agree. But see, in terms of if you're recording yourself playing through a game, and a game like Pokemon, like there'll be a lot of people, as well as listening to us talk nonsense, and watching some Pokemon in 3D beat the shit out of each other. They do. I mean, maybe this is just me, but they do want to see progression in the story. And when you know it's a fairly linear story, so you know that, all right, I'm gonna just grind, or I could carry on the story.
But the story that people come to watch on YouTube is the story of the player beating the game. What the?
Oh, I'm there.
He's attacking me.
I don't know.
Yeah, because you see a lot of people doing challenge playthroughs. I'm a fan of JRose11. I know you watch Madrybread. He does the same thing as well. Where they impose some rules on themselves. Usually, I can only use X Pokemon, like one Pokemon, and then they have to try and beat the game. So, those types of playthroughs and challenges, or like the Nuzlocke runs, right, are very popular on YouTube. And I find that to be similar to what you're talking about. People want to watch a story, but it's not the story of the game, not the plot that's been written by the developers, but the story which the player creates themselves by going through the game. Whoa, fucking hell, man. It's raining in the game. It's been cold in real life. What the hell?
Yeah, do you know what? Thinking about it, and again, this is a lot to do with just kind of my outlook in life, isn't it? And like, I am not within the, I don't know, 18 to 34, not 30, 18 to like 25 bracket or whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm not within the, like, I'm not young, right? And also, I've always had a weird view on things. Like I've told you before, I play game for story. I almost can't be arsed with gameplay in a lot of cases. The only exception to that, and I know this is a really weird take, the only exception to that is Counter-Strike. I somehow got into Counter-Strike.
I don't think
it's
that's
such a weird thing
because
it has no story.
I don't think that's a weird take. And again, that's a game where you create your own story.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Counter-Strike online, there's no story. Literally, you're doing the same level again, right? And I don't even know. I don't play first person shooters. I didn't before, and I don't think I've played any other ones. since playing
No.
Counter-Strike. But I just like got really into Counter-Strike, and I find that a little bit. I think maybe it was just the game I would play that I found cathartic or something. But it was actually not cathartic. It was the most frustrating thing ever because I always had slow internet.
No, but you also had like friends playing it as well, right?
Yeah, at one point I had one person I knew from uni who I still keep in contact with. We would play, and that was cool as well. And well, that might help. But like, I'm a story man, and I suppose I am limited. You are limited to a degree by your own point of view. You can be open-minded about things, and I agree what you're saying makes sense. But when I'm watching Let's Plays, as well as the character of the person who's playing it, like the big thing for me is the story. They're like the second most important thing, and I don't watch what do you call it, speedruns and stuff like that, or like you mentioned my Dry Bread, who I do watch, but I was watching him play Deadly Premonition. I think he did both the first game and the second game, full playthroughs, and I watched it for the story, and also him and there's another guy that was on it, their commentary. But I've not watched any of his Pokemon plays. And I think that might be because Pokemon is less, as you say, it's less about the story and more about
Experience, the journey.
Well, definitely these ones. I mean, the older Pokemon games were extremely linear.
No, the very first one is not linear at all. It's quite open, in fact. You can do the gyms barring the first two gyms, you can actually take the rest of them on in almost any order, except for the last one.
Oh. Well, I would regard it as, I mean, and again, when I played the Pokemon Red or Blue or whatever one I got, my brother got one, I got the other.
Yes!
And I just played it for the story. So I'd play it linearly. I'd go through the gyms in order and stuff like that. I suppose that's just my take from these games. But yeah, I've not really watched those type of playthroughs and stuff like that. It's usually stuff where I'm interested in the story. Man, and
I would highly recommend, not just to you, but anyone else who's listening to this, to watch JRose11's playthroughs on Pokemon Red, or it's Pokemon Red, I think, that he's playing, where he's basically going through the game as fast as he can with every Pokemon, but just one at a time, and seeing what ranks where. For fuck's sake. There we go. It is very interesting to watch. Okay.
But yeah, so this is... Well, the other thing is that, you need to play a game. If you're doing a recording, if you're recording this for YouTube or whatever, unless the game is extremely engrossing, right? Like, you have to be entertaining as well. Like, you have to talk at least. Honestly, so going back to Needy Streamer Overload, man, I was just, and this also goes back to the fact that I was doing long sessions of gameplay, which I probably shouldn't have done.
Yeah, I think you overdid it, man.
I was just getting tired. I think it was 5 hours on. It was not last week, but the week before. What day was it? It might have been Sunday.
So here's the thing, right? You don't play games that often. You're not used to playing games that much. I would say that you're not used to long gaming sessions. They can be quite exhausting. You may not realize it.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with... So where I got frustrated mostly, right? And it was because I was trying to get a certain ending. I was trying to unlock certain achievements. and I kept on falling through the stupid pitfalls, that would end the game early, and then I'd have to restart that day, and it was just like, and because there was like 2 or 3 glitches in the game of some sort, or maybe I just like really fucked it up. It just super pissed me off, man. And I'm like, what am I doing? This is supposed to be a fucking game, right? I'm supposed to be playing this for entertainment.
Yeah.
Not for frustration. I'm not playing COD. I'm not being beaten by a 12-year-old who's like swearing about my mum or something. Like, this is not supposed to be frustrating. Or at least as frustrating. Oh man, pissed me off so much. And I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing on a Sunday? I should be
Enjoying yourself.
or at least doing other stuff as an adult, probably that's more productive.
Like preparing for the week ahead.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm playing a game, I should at least be enjoying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I'm doing, man. You talked about how I found it like it was starting to feel like it was work. And I would say don't let yourself get into that unless you want it to be work. Fuck, there's a gold duck over there that I want to get.
Yeah, I mean, so like on that. So after when I was thinking about that and how I'm going to be glad to see the end of the video production process of the Needy Streamer Overload stuff. I'll be glad to see the back of that. I was thinking I really need to... First of all, I wasn't improving stuff. You know how we were talking about, improve something by 1% each time you do a video?
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was just like, I produced 5 videos in one go, mass produce them, render them one after the other, and then fire them up there. And I was just like, I'm just firing these out. Granted, I'm producing a video a day for the YouTube algorithm, but really I don't think that's done much. I'm not enjoying this, and I'm not liking the end product, and I'm not improving. So like, none of these are good things. So I definitely have to rethink this. I enjoyed the Song of Saya. I think a lot of it was to do because I'm sitting there chatting with you and we're thinking about the game and reacting to it, and that's fun. I need to think more about the games I choose to do myself, and I also need to I think I need to look at think about the audio as well. Maybe do some more production editing of the audio after it's recorded. Especially when it's just me talking, because it has to be, I don't know, I listen to other YouTuber videos and they sound a bit more, I don't know if it's louder. They might actually balance the audio a bit more so they're a bit more loud.
I'm ashamed to admit that I've only just figured out how to do ducking in Premiere Pro, whereas I've just been sort of like relying on OBS's ducking filter. Up until now, but I'm still relying on that because that's what I'm using right now. Unless I edit this in some way afterwards.
So I'm gonna have a look. Gonna have a look into that to try. Maybe I should have the mic a bit closer to me when I'm talking, because when I don't know, right? Maybe I'm looking too much into it. But I was listening to myself on the last episode of the Song of Saya playthrough.
Yeah.
And I was like, the audio. My audio just sound a little bit not right. It's like, it obviously sounds good. It obviously is like, you can tell it's a decent microphone. But I was like, there's something about it where I'm like, I don't know, this doesn't feel as crisp. Or not crisp, I don't know. Something felt odd, and I was like, am I overdoing it? Am I finding flaws where there aren't any? And I wasn't entirely sure. Because but there's definitely there's something that these like the bigger YouTubers do or have done with their voices. Maybe it is that they just boost it a little bit to a certain level.
Well,
and a little bit quiet.
There's first of all, you can always do some of those cleaning up of the audio, like I showed you in Audacity.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember if I did that for the Song of Saya, and I think I might not have, and that might be the reason. And I cannot remember which videos I've done that on, which is bad, because if I could remember, I could re-listen to the, re-watch them, and then do a comparison. Because I might be doing, because some videos I've done that. I've cleaned the audio, I've brought in the audio separately when doing the editing. The desktop audio and my own audio, I've brought it in separately rather than just together, the way OBS has it. And I've actually I played around with the kind of like the noise levels to make it so that, you know, I am clear and I can be easily heard over the desktop audio and all that. I think I might not have done that for the Needy Streamer Overload series and for the last episode of Song of Saya. I might have been lazy, which might be the thing. And this is the thing, this all ties into the fact that, you know, I've been trying to mass fire out videos without putting, you know, proper effort into the editing. And just making them sound better so that at least I'm happy with it. I know nobody's going to really give a shit, but like I want to see an improvement in the videos I'm making. But the other main thing, and I've talked about this before, is like the gameplay stuff is fine, and I think it works really well when, but really, besides the game, like the thing that we have is the chat. And you know how, like, I quite like when we talk about, when the two videos we've done where we talk about an anime.
Oh yes. The foot fetish one that you called it. It was AKB Sailor Uniform and then World's End Harem.
Yes, and I enjoyed that. Like, I mean, their reaction, reflection things, and like I feel like we can really we can make interesting, and I don't want, this sounds so fucking cheesy, but like I think the videos we make, the content we make from that is better, not better, but like you can make more interesting content that way when you're reacting to something that's weird and chatting about it from our point of view, being more jaded and older, and just having a slightly different viewpoint from people like, say, Giguk or the Anime Man or Mother's Basement, who are a little bit younger than us.
I mean, Giguk isn't that much younger than us, that's the thing.
Yeah, but he's like more happy-go-lucky motherfucker, right? I feel like I'm more jaded asshole.
That's
so...
you, though. I'm quite happy myself.
Oh, what the fuck? You're happy?
Of course I'm happy. Why do you think I'm enjoying myself, man?
What, man? This is not fair. I thought you were a fellow miserable bastard.
I'm not miserable. I'm quite happy with things, right? I'm generally quite a positive person. You know, I thought you knew this. I've been betrayed,
man. Next, you're going to tell me that you had someone to give a Valentine's card to today or something like that. Oh man, if you do that, yeah. What are you talking about, mate? I've had a fucking partner for about 5 years. I'm like, you bastards! You've sold yourself out to the normies. Damn you. Yeah, you know, yeah, being a miserable bastard is definitely my
that's
signature.
Your thing, yeah.
I just like to think I'm a realist, but I don't know. It's became more and more.
No, I am definitely a realist, right? As necessitated by stuff like work and that. It's just the case that I like to think about things in a positive light.
I like to do that from time to time, but then my misery just takes over. I'm like, no, fuck everything. Fuck it all.
I used to be more miserable than I am, right? But then I started thinking about things, and I'm like, life is too short and too shit to spend it miserable. So I will enjoy it, right?
I fucking love that. Cookso quote of 2022. Life is too short and too shit to be miserable.
My bro's messaging me that food's in transit now. Excellent.
Nice. No, I do agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, along those lines, I have been, and again, I've talked about this at probably, I think, in other videos. I have been thinking about what type of videos to make and how to just to like do something I'd like to try and make. B, that's kind of a bit unique and different. And that's really it. And C, just like something that I can make I don't know, a series of. Like obviously it's not like one-offs. And so like I was talking about the idea of, you know, videos where, you know, because we were just chatting and I feel like a lot of the in terms of videos online with YouTube and stuff like that, it's about the personality. A lot of the videos, a lot of these channels, they'll do well because of the personality behind the person who made in the videos. Like your PewDiePies and your Mr. Beasts. Though Mr. Beast is a bit different because he does basically he just makes crazy fucking over the top videos. Because he can, like the amount of views he gets, the amount of money he's got, he can make have like crazy massive over the top ideas that he makes videos out of and gets the views from. And I've noticed a thing with some YouTubers where it's like, and today, guys, what we're going to do today? Oh yeah, bang, bang, and then it's like fucking cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, yeah, and this
Yeah.
and this and this, and like keep the audience's fucking attention, right? Fucking play noises and shit. Like there's one guy I watch who
I honestly can't stand that kind of stuff, though. That's the thing.
it is super. It's like, hey guys, how's it going, right? And you're just like, for fuck's sake, you've just started the video, and you're just like. Now again, I realize my age, right? Probably not aimed at my demographic, but I'm just like, this is fucking obnoxious. And I've noticed it with so PewDiePie doesn't do this. PewDiePie I feel is different, and I was thinking about how he came to prominence, and he became popular on YouTube at a different time.
He was like, yeah, I was about to say he was like one of the very first to do Let's Plays in a format that became widely popular.
Yeah, and like the guy, I was thinking about the history of YouTube and how to become popular on YouTube, you had at different periods of time you had to do different things. So at one point it was just if you made lots of videos and it was just the views, that's all that mattered. At another point it was like, you know, I don't know, different things would get you would please the algorithm, and you'd aim to try and do those things to try and get popular. Now the aim from YouTube is they look at your engagement. So it's they look at, I think I mentioned this before, it's like click-through rate, how long a person stays on your video, and stuff to do with how likely they are to then click onto another video, because YouTube wants the person to stay on YouTube for as long as possible.
Oh, that's so fucking grimy and corporate-like.
But it's the way of things.
Yeah.
And so it looks at things like that, and then it will promote your video on that, and also try and match the content of your video to the likes of the viewer, right? So things have changed over time, and so like to get popular now on YouTube, especially after it's it's fairly saturated, is a much different prospect compared to maybe when PewDiePie became popular. And so the things that he would have done at that point to become popular wouldn't necessarily work now. If you try to do the exact same thing. So I was thinking about that as well. I'm not sitting here trying to get 10 million subscribers, but I do, like, you need to get, the thing is, I was watching one video and I think, I don't know how true it is, but I think you need to have a certain number of people watch your videos, like a good chunk of people, and then once you've got that many people looking at your videos, YouTube can get a good idea of what your videos are like and what type of people like it. But the problem in the first place as a new channel is you need to get like 1,000 people to look at the videos. You know what I mean? But you can't do that because nobody knows, and the algorithm thinks you're brand new, so it's not going to push you onto anyone. And so like that's why I think in the very beginning it's really hard to get any views, and then it slowly builds up as you get a few subscribers and you get views in, because the algorithm starts to get an idea of what type of people like your video, what the content is, and all that shit. And I think that's why it can snowball as well. But also, like, you get YouTubers that have 1 million subscribers, and then every video they make will get at least, say, 50k views. But that's because they've got 1 million people that will get a notification or that will see their video on their homepage because they're subscribed. So obviously, like 10%, or there'll be like even a small percentage of them watching your videos will give you an automatic shit ton of views. But yeah, I was thinking about that as well, and just how things have changed. And like, it's a lot harder now, I think, to get like 10,000, 100k, million subscribers compared to before. And I was just like, how do you, like, I don't care. I just want to get over 1,000 subscribers and get some comments, like constructive comments. Obviously you're going to get all sorts of comments, but like, get some feedback, get some idea. See, like right now I get 0 comments because most people are not going to comment. I've only started commenting in videos in like the last month, and I've been on YouTube since, I don't know, the dawn of time. So like, yeah, like I'm trying to think of ideas of how to make content that is definitely, you know, first of all transformative if it's
based on something else.
Yeah, and I don't want to, like, I know you get, or it used to be popular to do react content where you just react to a weird video, which is people like H3 and H3 became popular via that, but I think that's not as in thingy. And I'm just thinking what is sustainable, something fairly sustainable, and it just relies more on me as a person, because that's consistent. I don't want to try and chase a dragon by being someone I'm not.
Definitely don't be someone you're not, because you won't be able to sustain it. I'm all about just doing what I'm doing because I'm enjoying it.
So yeah, like, thinking along those lines, I do like, I mean, I do it now. I literally talk to the fucking end of time. Yeah. Right? I love how you didn't deny it.
Well, I'm not. Well, you're very good at talking for a long time. I'm not. I'm not very good at talking for a long time. So there tend to be long periods of silence. I've just been informed my food is here, so I think I'm going to save it here. And this is where the stream will end. So we've made 5th star, which is excellent. And I've actually done that side quest as well.
Cool.
But yeah, we'll continue this another time.
Bye.